We got to run when we can. I mean, the big issue is can we defensive rebound because they're sending everybody to the offensive glass. So if we can get defensive rebounds, we'll be able to run on them. Now, they're going to take their time on offense, and we don't really do anything about that. We just got to guard them and then box out, limit them to one shot. If they want to take 20 seconds, that's their prerogative, and we'll put appropriate ball pressure on, but we're not going to start gambling and trapping and trying to speed the game up and give up a wide open shot. So, as much as we can, we'll try to run off misses, we'll run off makes, but our defense has to be great. Our defensive rebounding's got to be great. And then we just got to take care of the ball on offense. So those are the biggest keys.
Nick Kelly.
Yeah, Nate, what can be done or what is being done to help Mark get back on track to where he's in a good spot helping you guys?
I mean, first thing is I think he's got to understand that it's going to be a lot different than the other college year for him because he's preseason player of the year and people are going to design their defense to stop him. And, he may play a game where he's got an unbelievably great game and only scores 5 points, but he moves the ball around. He attracts so much attention. It makes it easier for his teammates. So, I think one, he's got to quit pressing. He's not going to average as many points this year as he did last year. We knew that coming in. People are going to focus on him. We've got more talent around him. It just is what it is. He's got to do what it takes to help us win games. Some games that's going to be move the ball, get assists. Some games it's going to be out there and attract a lot of attention and make it easier on everybody else. And some games they're going to let Mark get his and, make sure he doesn't get his assists and don't let all the other guys get going. He may need to score 30 for us to win. So I think he's just got to get comfortable with a new role, comfortable with just doing whatever it takes to win and understanding that there's going to be games he's just not going to score that many. So, I think we got to do a decent job screening for him to get him open, giving him space to get downhill, keep him playing aggressive without, being overly aggressive to where he's trying to score on multiple opponents. But he's got to stay aggressive and just make the right reads when they bring multiple defenders to him.
Charlie Potter.
Yeah, hey, Coach. With 2 games in 2 days, just how much do you pay attention to Rutgers already? And when you guys are watching film of them, how enjoyable is it to kind of see the last game out with Petway and Kennesaw State doing what they did?
Yeah, I was able to watch the second half of that game before I went to the airport to make the flight out here yesterday. So super happy for Petway. He's got a signature win. I think first win in Kennesaw history over a top 25 team. So big congrats to Antoine, his staff, and his players. I hope they didn't, kind of wake up the sleeping bear, if you will, with Rutgers because they're a super talented team. I'm sure they're, got a wake-up call a little bit. But, I did watch the second half of that. I haven't turned my attention to Rutgers yet. I don't do that till after the games. The assistants are watching Rutgers film, to whoever's got the scouts pin on it. And I think Coach Adams, who runs the defense, is starting to look at them a little bit, knowing that we've pretty much got the Houston scout in. So they've looked at it. I haven't looked at much, but I did see the second half of that game. And, hopefully Petway can share the secrets with us.
Jack.
Hey, Nate. I'm kind of curious the off-the-court aspect of all of this with the NIL opportunities. I'm just curious maybe what specific NIL opportunities they've kind of offered to some of your guys and how cool is it to have for them to have kind of the opportunity to take advantage of some of this?
I mean, there's quite a full schedule for them. They really, since breakfast until practice we had at 3:30, they pretty much their day was full with the different stuff they had going. So I didn't do it. It's the players there, not the coaches there. So coaches were, I was able to spend a little time with my daughters out doing some shopping while they were out doing the different stuff they needed to do for their NIL opportunities. So I think it's good. I think there's ways to help these players, make some money off their name, image, and likeness. And I think the tournament operators here have kind of been in that space and done a really good job promoting all the players that are here and helping, bring some recognition to them and, financially, able to compensate them for it. So they had a full day. I told our guys, usually we wouldn't be on our feet this much day before a game, but every team's the same. So there's not any type of competitive disadvantage. And I think the event organizers did a good job making sure they weren't overdoing it physically with these guys, but they definitely kept them busy today.
Hunter.
Hey, Coach. Due to Houston's just renowned defense, how important would you say is it for Alabama in the scoring column to move around and have multiple different players score a plethora of points, kind of like against Illinois?
I mean, I think that if you attack Houston correctly, the ball moves. You can't be selfish and beat these guys. They're going to put two on the ball. They're going to blitz the ball screens. They're going to take your best guards out of it by blitzing them. The ball's got to move. So if the ball moves, typically you've got multiple guys scoring because it finds different guys that moves and finds them throughout the game. So I think if you play the way you need to play to beat these guys, the ball's going to move and you're going to have multiple guys end up scoring the ball pretty well.
Pennington.
Yeah, Coach, the last few times y'all played Houston, obviously it was Jamal Shedd running the show, and they have, a new point guard from Oklahoma and a couple of returners like Cryer. What have you made of their guard play this year, and what's it going to take for your guys to win that matchup?
Listen, Cryer's really good. I mean, he's been good in college for a long time. I mean, he's not their only one. I mean, they've had good guards here every time we played them. They've got multiple guys in the NBA, Sasser and Shedd. And you got to be tough to play for Coach Sampson. So, our guards are going to have to bring a level of physicality to the game. They're going to have to bring some defense. Our bigs are too. Juwan Roberts is really good. We've got to make him take tough shots. I mean, Sharp's barely missed a three. I mean, he's been great. He's been shooting it at a high level. He can't continue to get great looks. We're going to have to make sure his looks are extremely contested, and then, we're going to have to rebound the ball. But their guards are good. They don't turn it over much. I mean, the best thing their guards do is not turn it over so they can get a shot up. And then they're capable of making some really tough shots, but as long as they get it up, I mean, their best offense sometimes is their guys getting to the offensive glass. So they're better guards or guards that don't turn it over, and we just got to do a good job making them take really tough shots and boxing out and limiting them to one shot.